Hello, welcome to Web of Stories. My name is Melinda, and I am back today with a Peace Out Girl Scout box. What is this besides a tin that had mints in it when I ordered it? I love to call out different booktube channels, and I wanted to do something a little bit more than just call them out. So what I do is in this box, I have a lot-ish. At some point in the near future, I'm going to be refilling this, but of little slips of paper with booktubers' names on them. These are booktubers who I have watched, I subscribe to, I interact with, and I know them well enough that I feel like I can recommend a book to them. And I'm going to pull 5 out, and then I'm just off the top of my head going to recommend what I think is a book they would like. They are under no obligation to read this book. I'm going to try, hopefully, and get a book they haven't read, but I can't guarantee that I won't. And hopefully this will give you an idea of what those booktubers are like. So then maybe you can like, oh, maybe that sounds interesting. I'll go check them out. I've been doing this for a couple months, so there have been like 15 that are out of here now. But as soon as I get low, I will refill this, and it will have additional names in it too. So if I haven't called your name yet, you're probably still in here. Don't worry about it. It's all luck. But we're gonna give it a really good shake. And my first one is, let's see here. Actually, I only have one. First one is Heather at Fresh Parchment. Okay, Heather, she really likes like Jane Austen and the classics. My go-to in this one would be The 13th Tale, but I'm pretty sure she's already read that one. I'm going to go a little bit of a different direction. She may have already read this, but I'm going to put it out there anyway. This is very strange for me because I do not normally recommend this, but I recommend these sorts of books. But I have a Pride and Prejudice retelling, and that is Ayesha at Last by Uzma Jalaluddin. I think that's how you say her name. But this is a retelling of Pride and Prejudice, and it's set in Toronto in the Muslim community. I really liked it, and I don't like Pride and Prejudice retelling. So Heather might really like this one because I know she likes Pride and Prejudice. So we'll see. That's Ayesha at Last. Okay, give our tin another shake. Okay, I should also say that I will not repeat books in the same video, but I may bring up books that I have brought up in past videos because you got to give me some leeway here. I'm doing this off the top of my head. Okay, one again. Make sure I have just one. Oh, Britta Bowler at the Second Shelf. Okay, so this is a tough one because Britta is a really good reader. She reads a lot of classics. She reads a lot of books about women. I am going to recommend, she may have already read this, but I'm going to recommend Forbidden Notebook by Alba Céspedes. I believe that's how you say her name. This book was written it was published in 1950 or 1951 in Italian. It was translated last year into English. I read it. And it's a diary of a middle-aged woman. She's got adultish kids at home. This is shortly after World War II. She gets a diary. She buys herself a diary, and it is forbidden in her mind for her to have this, for her to have the thoughts that she puts into this diary. And it's really her working through her place in life and where she is in this world that is rapidly changing. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I know that Britta does read in English, so she should be able to get a copy of this one. I'd be interested. I would be interested to hear what Britta thinks of this. I can't guarantee that I think Britta would like it, but I do think she would have thoughts on it. So Britta, I'm going to do Forbidden Notebook for you. Okay. 2 down, 3 to go. Oh, Maria Andrea, Books of Bocadillos. Oops, just dropped my thing there. She is my buddy reading pal. We did Lillian Boxfish Takes a Walk, and right now we're doing Symphony of Secrets, which my husband has prevented me from reading the last 2 days, so I will get back on schedule with that one. Oh, so I am going to recommend for Maria Andrea a book that I actually recommended to her in a video she recently posted about foodgasms. Go check it out. Because I recommended this in the notes, but I really think this is a book that she would appreciate for the food writing, because she is a big foodie. And one thing that she'll do, she'll do videos where she goes through her cookbooks and talks about all the food that she likes. And she's vegan, so if you're vegan, she'll give you lots of good ideas. I'm not sure if she'll like the book generally. And this is a book that I even didn't completely like generally, but it has some of the most amazing food writing in it. And that is You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty by Akwaeke Emezi. The food writing in this is so spot on, especially from a writer who's not really a food writer. I like wanted to eat everything that was in there, even when I stopped and thought about exactly what it was they were talking about with the food, and it was not what I would ever eat because I'm not that adventurous. But the food writing is so amazing in this book, and I know that she likes food writing, and so I'm going to say, and I know it's a little bit of a cheat because I did recommend this in the comments to a recent video for hers, but I still think that she would appreciate the food writing in it. So I'm going to say You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty by Akwaeke Emezi. Okay, 2 left. We have here Matt at Bask in the Story. Okay, Matt is great. You have to go see his video. He does a lot. He reads very widely. And he does nonfiction, fiction. Let's see. I'm going to recommend a history book for him. And it's one that I really love. I know he's doing Historathon. I think, I can't remember the exact dates of this. I think it might be pre-500. If it's not pre-500, you can read it for Q2 for Historathon. And it is, I need to look up the title, 1 second. As I said, I don't try not to edit these videos other than to put photos up and to take out me looking things up because I can't remember the titles of things. But the book I'm going to recommend for Matt is The Dark Queens, The Bloody Rivalry That Forged the Medieval Worlds by Shelley Puhak. This is about 2 Merovingian queens. They were sisters-in-law, but they were, you don't want to cross either of these women. And the way I describe it is one of the women is House of Cards. She's very politically minded and everything's like a chess game and she's very strategic. And the other one is like Game of Thrones, like burn everything down, and they just go at it. It is a fascinating, fascinating history. And it's one that I recommend to everyone. And I think that this might be something that would work for him. I think just in general, he would like it. But also, I can't remember exactly when it was, if it was pre or post 500. But if it's post 500, it might be something he might want to consider next quarter for his Historathon. Or if it's before, he might want to fit it in before the end of the first quarter. Okay, our last one. Who is our last one this month? I have it. I only have one. Let's see. Jess at Stalking Kafka. Oh, I love Jess. She probably generally reads a little, her choices are a little more literary than mine, just in general. But we have very similar tastes. Okay, so I'm going to recommend a book that I have recommended in the past. I think I've recommended it twice now, so maybe I just recommend this book every single time. I don't know. But I'm going to recommend The Postcard by Berest. Historical fiction-ish. If you've heard my story on fiction, it's kind of shady between fiction and nonfiction. But it's about a woman who in the early 2000s, excuse me, not 200s, she's with her family and they get a postcard. And this is true. This is all true. The main character is the author. And the postcard is addressed to her grandmother, her maternal grandmother, who has passed. And on this postcard, there are 4 names. And it's the names of her maternal grandmother's parents and her brother and her sister, all 4 of whom died at Auschwitz. So a little late, about 6 years later, she and her mom decide to figure out who sent this postcard and why. And so you get the history of these people who died in Auschwitz. It's sad. It is, I mean, it's true. It's a Holocaust story. It's sadly predictable. And I don't say predictable in a bad way here because it's true. But the part with her grandmother is very not predictable. It's very original, but still true. But I love that book. That book was like, when I finished it, I actually said it was my best book that I read in 2023. So that's what I'm going to say for Jess at Stalking Kafka. So those are my 5 for this month. They are not going back in the tin yet. I still have maybe a couple months before I do a refill. So if I haven't called you out, that just means your name's still in the tin. So that's all. Anyway, thank you very much. Please go check out these booktubers. They're all linked down below. And Like, subscribe, join my Discord. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.